Many of us have had the joy of riding in the back of this, and some of us have had the opposite feeling when riding in the back of this. Now you can be in the driver's seat of both. Whoever thought that you could meld these two universes to have one off-the-charts, dependable, eye-catching ride? Get out your pen and pencil, because Queen Victoria has just shown up with her crown to show you how cool it can be.
I don't think there's any cops around here, but I know, right?
It's time to get fueled up.
Okay, everybody, take a look at that right there. That is, that's a thing of beauty. And that's the best part about being out here at FUHQ is that cool things just show up, right? Here we go. Another cool thing just showed up driving the truck. This is Chad. Chad, tell the viewers how we met.
So I saw a 1967 F100 pickup for sale on Marketplace, and driving an F100, I said, man, I got to go look at this. It's a local truck. So I answered, or I responded to a Marketplace ad, and Craig said, come on out, take a look at the truck. So I came out and driving my F100 truck here, and that beautiful 67 F100 was sitting on the trailer just begging to be bought. And,
yeah. You know, in true fashion with that truck, I think whenever I bought it, it was listed for like 37 minutes. When you bought it, it was listed for like 34. And yeah, it's just the way that truck is, it's fast out of the gate, but it's never ran. So I don't know.
We're going to change that, I think.
Good, perfect.
I think we're going to change that.
That's what I want to hear right there. So that leads us into what you pulled up in and why it's so utilitarian. All right, and so let the audience in on a little bit of what that truck is packing.
So this is a Ford 1978 F100. It sits on a 2008 Police Crown Vic P71 frame and motor.
Okay, now I've seen Crown Vic swaps before, but a lot of times they're just the front end on them.
Yeah, a lot of guys will take the Crown Vic front cradle, which bolts or welds right up to the Crown Vic frame perfectly. A young man by the name of Cale Schooneman put this truck together. I answered Cale on Marketplace.
Yeah.
And I bought the truck, and I can't give Cale Schooneman enough credit, really, for the quality of work that he did. I can take this to any car show and park it next to a totally restored 1968, 69, 71, whatever, F100, and I get more people stopping to ask me about this truck.
I bet.
Because it just has that look.
It does. Now, I mean, my wife even liked it, which I was somewhat shocked and really ecstatic. So I'd like to say, I'd like to hand you over some money, and we hand over, no, I'm just kidding. We're not there yet.
Everything's for sale.
It is, I know. I'm gonna own this truck one of these days. It just has, the right presence. But no, that guy did a great job. Now, it used to be a long bed, correct?
It used to be a long bed. Cale is I think he is a jack of all trades. He builds docks out on Beaver Lake, so he's a welder. He and his father, and he cut this one and welded it back together. But you know, somebody that's owned a short bed and a long bed can look at it and go, oh wow, that bed's been cut down.
So tell me where he did the cutting on it.
He did all the cutting up front. And you can see the welds that just added to the great patina for this truck. And then,
because a lot of times you'll see guys,
you'll see them cut
It's
exactly.
in this section right
The front and the rear, and then they put everything back together and weld up the seams, and that's their truck. You will notice that there is no fuel filler here. The fuel tank on a Crown Vic, not that I've driven police Crown Vics forever, but the fuel tank is back here, and so that's why they notched the bed, and then they wrapped the fuel tank with something. He did it in the diamond plating. He had painted or powder coated the original Crown Vic wheels white, which gave this a great look too. I just went with some Mustang GT wheels. I haven't been able to find the Ford blue oval center caps yet.
Yeah.
But I had these skull and crossbone stickers. They covered up the pony just perfectly, and I think it just adds to the look.
It does.
Yeah, these fenders, we rolled the fenders as best we could with a fender roller. The brother-in-law jumped on it, and you know, it just it helped because I kept bottoming out a little bit as I drive it.
Well, I wanted to move into that direction. So getting on down the road, the beauty of this is that should be pretty easy for you.
Yeah, this the police Crown Vics typically are 250 horse, rear wheel drive. I think top speed is 149 miles an hour. I've not gone that fast in this truck because it is a 78 F100 and the doors rattle, and you know you are in an old Ford truck.
Sure.
But it will cruise at 85, 90 down the highway, just perfect. I need to take this stuff out.
Let's take a look underneath the hood.
There's the power plant, 4.6 liter. That is the police interceptor package.
How many miles were on this car?
When I got it from Kale, this was a 2008 Washington County deputy vehicle, so it came from the sheriff's department. I believe it had 133,000 miles when I bought it from Kale. And the story that Kale told me was the car was sitting down the road from his house at a neighbor's house, and the guy had intended to do something with the Crown Vic and never did. So he bought it with the intent to do a swap, and that's how we got to under the hood.
I started watching some of the videos on YouTube of there's one that's pretty cool out there. It's a full chassis swap in 5 minutes. You know, obviously they're speeding it up, but it's pretty neat to see the whole process, and it's nuts how there's not a whole lot of engineering that has to go on to make it work.
It's not. I asked Kale, I said, you know, Kale, I was like, where did you get the skill to do this? And he said, you know, I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I just figured it out. And that's why I said, well, from all appearances, and driving it and owning it now for 9-10 months, he did a great job.
Yeah. Yeah. How many miles do you think you've put on it since you purchased?
I've got 146,000 on it now. So
okay.
I put
13,000.
Put about 13,000 miles on it. Couple of oil changes, and it just gets down the road.
Yeah.
And it's my daily driver.
Tell me about trips. Where have you taken this thing?
So I did the truck gathering in Guthrie, Oklahoma, in April, and there was probably 2,000 vehicles there. There wasn't a lot of Fords, but I think that's growing. A lot of Chevys and GMCs. The next weekend, I went to St. Genevieve, Missouri, to the SEMO F100 truck show. I actually took home the trophy for the furthest driven in to that truck show.
How many miles was that?
Maybe 500.
Wow.
Okay. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That was just a great show, a great event. In August, I'm going to do the Branson truck show, and I believe that's August 15th, 16th, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll drive it over to Branson. It goes to Tulsa quite a bit. You know, I go to Springfield quite a bit.
Speaking of car and truck shows, July 25th, 2026, Harrison, Arkansas. My buddy Tim Greer is putting on a show. It's a mouthful. Bonafide backyard barbecue bash, car, bike, truck show. So this is the thing. You want to see me? You want to meet me? I'm going to be there at this event. It's going to be a good time. I believe it starts at 5 o'clock. If you are going to go, I'm going to post the flyer here. You need to RSVP because Tim needs to know how much food to order. The thing is, food is on a donation scale. He's a super generous guy. That doesn't mean go and take advantage of him. It just means show up, have some fun, bring a cool car, bring a cool bike, bring a cool truck, bring a great attitude, hang out with some people that you've never met before, and bring a little bit of dough to put in the jar. You know what I mean? Especially if you're gonna rub your teeth on something. So July 25th, Harrison, Arkansas. Big long name, barbecue, backyard, bonafide. Get your ass there, have some fun, meet me. Maybe your car will be on the show. So I'll see you then. Now back to regularly scheduled programming. See, and that's the beauty of this. Like, having a passion for the old iron is great. And it's awesome until you turn around and you look at yeah, I know, cameraman. It's in the same spot it was last time.
That's a beautiful international scout.
Until you turn around and you go, if I needed to go somewhere, it better not be far. In this, you go, how far can I go? That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I would say my only drawback to long distance trips is my legs will cramp up. From pushing on the gas, and you know, the Crown Vic steering wheel has been replaced by another steering wheel, and we'll show you the interior in a minute. You could put cruise control back on it, but when the Crown Vic steering wheel was removed, then so did the cruise control. So that would make it even more of a luxury to drive. Sure. The bench seat in it came out of like a 2004 Ford Crew Cab, so it is not uncomfortable to sit in and ride in. And then the stereo is a Bluetooth, so I get a Bluetooth all my music in, and you just go down the road and listen to music and get on down the road. Okay, so let's take a quick little peek on the inside of this baby. So the interior, like I said, was done with a F2 250 150 crew cab, bench seat out of the rear.
Oh, really? Cool. And
you know, they fit perfect. Cale spent some extra time and made the slider work. It will slide forward. That's the replacement steering wheel that he put on. He wrapped the steering column to get away from the big, ugly Crown Vic steering wheel.
Yeah, I noticed that.
You know, some guys will leave the Crown Vic dash in them. Cale did this one in F100. So
yes.
Now it does have the Crown Vic cluster. But he made it fit behind the F-150 bezel, or the F-100 bezel, I mean. And there's the old Ford-looking stereo with one knob that's actually Bluetooth. And you will notice that heat and AC controls are right out of the Crown Vic and go right in.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, this is where the charm is, right here.
Yeah, it looks like it's all F100.
Yes, if you were Crown Vic right in there, I think it would be a little bit of a letdown, but no, man, this thing, even the headliner in this thing is awesome.
Wood headliner. Cale even went as far as, let me get this, he put a kicker in it and an amp back here.
Yeah.
So it has some tunes. You know, you can make a little noise going down the road. The armrest just fell down. That's my favorite part of it.
Let me get a shot of that, cameraman.
I can put a drink in the cup holder and rest my arm as I go down the road.
They didn't have to-go drinks in 1978, did they?
Right. I mean, they might have had McDonald's, but everything wasn't supersized the way it is now.
Yeah. So, man, it's just, I don't know. I fall in love with this thing every single time I see it. So, so speaking of that, what are people's reactions when they see you just driving this thing every single day? Your coworkers?
You know, everybody loves it. You know, I say this is all Arkansas. This is an all Arkansas vehicle because as I said, the Crown Vic was a Washington County deputy vehicle. The truck actually came out of Long Ford down in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Cale said he found it sitting in a field. It was, the back end had a bunch of just nasty, moldy clothes and it had been parked forever. He stopped, made an offer on the truck. You know, they accepted, and that's how he got the whole truck. And then with this great patina that was on it, he just sprayed it with clear coat.
In most worlds, this would be unacceptable, but
pristine. But
yes.
You know, that's the charm of this one. You know, someone pulled up next to me at in Elkins at the food plot on a cruise night, and they were like, "You don't have to worry about anybody scratching or denting your ride." And I'm like, I didn't think about it that way, but you're right. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
You know, and I take it through the car wash and they look at me like I'm crazy. And I always joke with them and say, hey, this is what happened to the paint job the last time I went through your car wash. As you can tell by the original bumper, you can see the dealership that it came from, Long Ford right there, and Arkadelphia, Arkansas. And I think that's part of the draw to this vehicle is, it is, you know, pure 1978 Ford from an Arkansas dealership.
the fact that it was just left for dead, you know, and then it gets to be, and it however many miles, well, 13,000 just by you, later is like, it's nuts, man.
It's been brought back from the dead, and you know, yeah, they have a little bit of rust. I think one of the selling points for me was the hole that was patched with an Arkansas antique license plate here.
Yeah.
And that's the way some things were done back then, you know? Just simple stuff, and simple people did whatever they could to get on down the road.
Sure. Man, it's awesome. What do you say we'll wait for a quick little break in the weather and then we'll get this baby out on the road?
Absolutely. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do this. One of the cool, kind of crazy things about this whole operation here, with this being a Crown Vic and a cool old truck, is what your occupation is. What do you do for a living?
So I'm a police officer. Been a cop for since 1995, and worked at Kansas City, Missouri Police Department.
Wow.
Went on military deployment and came back, and they said, you don't work for us anymore. So I had to put my big boy pants on, and I went to work for the federal government, and I'm the chief of police over at the VA Medical Center.
There you go.
You know, we didn't talk about the exhaust, but it's, you know, I was in a parade down in Eureka Springs. I was in a Mustang parade, Ford parade, and someone yelled, "That's not a Mustang." And I was like, look, it's got Mustang wheels, it's got Mustang exhaust, it's a quarter Mustang, it'll work.
Yeah.
And because it's got BBK long tube headers off a Mustang, and it's got a BBK X pipe, and the exhaust just dumps out because we haven't had time to finish the exhaust yet.
It's all right.
But it's loud when you get going sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
Because we're just gonna power brake a little bit and show you some of the power. And
Yeah, I don't think there's any cops around here.
I know, right?
All right, dude, I love it. Hell yeah.
Poor Brett's like, hey, warn me next time.
But now I get on YouTube and this guy is, they're taking like C10 trucks, 67 to 72s. They're doing the exact same thing on this, and but they're putting them on like 2023 Chevrolet work trucks, right? And they're leaving they pick a work truck because it's pretty simple. Doesn't have a whole ton of screens and all that kind of stuff. But they're putting in all the accoutrements to where it's like you have remote start, you have the remote power locks, door locks, we're gonna go to the left. All that kind of stuff. My wife is just in love with it. And I turned around and looked at her and I go, we'll just go straight down there. I go, it's the same thing as Chad's truck, basically.
Just a Chevy, that's right.
Yeah, so, and the starting price on these starts out at $350,000.
Whoa.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? What what type of world are we living in?
That's like vintage making the new Broncos, but they're like updated, upgraded. They're the best of everything, and they're just like, they're super nice. But yeah,
I get it, but look, I'd rather pay off my house.
yeah.
And
You know, I've got a friend that went to the truck gathering, and he's got a 64 C10, and he's putting it on a, I don't know what year, GMC Terrain, rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And it looks like it was made to go on that platform.
no, I mean, there's a bunch of the world of swapping stuff that way is not new. I get it, but those types of price tags are, and to me, I can't.
Yeah. This is an affordable man's car, you know?
I mean, I guess if I had the money to throw around and I just wanted, but no, put me in this all day long. I mean,
it needs to be tuned. It needs a Mustang tune on it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I think it's going to be set.
So I had an 04 GT Mustang that I gave to my son whenever he turned 16. And he never really drove it. It was an automatic 4.6. I think it was a factory. They were like, what, 285 horsepower, something like that. So with that tune, that would be this would be that. With
Basically,
that tune,
yeah.
basically. Yeah. Cool. But no, this truck fits like the countryside. It fits in. It's good in the city.
It's Razorback red almost.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
You know, I could just see a fueled up Productions on the doors.
Oh, right here. Look, there already was something here, and or it's just rust. But I'm telling you, it would be perfect.
You want to drive it?
Okay. Man, I would love to.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, I can already tell. First security, here we come.
There it is.
I mean, I like the seat position. Oh man, this is nice. Golly.
Tilt steering, you know, and the other awesome part about Crown Vics is there's just a gazillion of them out there, so you can source parts. You know, and it's not unheard of to get 300,000 miles out of a P71.
Yeah.
You know, police Crown Vic motor, because they're just that durable. So
everything about this is appealing to me. I mean, I tried to look up what are some of the drawbacks for a Crown Vic, so a full chassis swap. I didn't see a lot.
Didn't see a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people like sticking with the Ford 9-inch rear end.
Mm-hmm.
But then they got to do, you know, some coilover stuff, and you know, some people are putting Explorer rear ends in them. And,
Yeah, I saw that.
you know, and I think just the coolness of it is it's whatever you can source and put. Everything fits under them.
Yes. I think maybe one of the weaker links is, you tell me from the police days, were you guys putting transmissions in these things a lot, or were they pretty durable?
No, they're pretty durable. I know I put well over 125,000 on one Crown Vic that I drove, and
Yeah.
I didn't have any transmission problems, but we serviced them.
Yeah.
You know, they were,
Yeah.
you know, we'd service them, take them in, drop them off, pick them up, and the mechanics went through everything. So,
Golly.
can't say that, you know, we didn't ever have transmissions go out on them.
Sure.
But, and now, you know, we've got, you know, this was on the Panther platform, so.
No, man, this thing is like, sometimes for a shorter guy, the ergonomics of these trucks don't fit right. You know, I feel like this is perfect.
It's comfortable.
Now, it does sound a little bit louder from this side than it does on that side, so.
Hey, somebody did a burnout there. Man.
That's just a couple of mortgage payments. Yeah, this was the worst thing I could have done. Let's drive this
Drive
thing.
it. you know, hey, you know some muffler guys, but that's why I want to turn them out the side.
Yeah.
And not so you're sitting on them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you could run them out the back too, but the on the 68 that we're doing, that I talked to the painter today. I'm looking for a roll pan for the back.
Mind if I give it just
give
a
it? Hey, you know, you drive it like you stole it.
Gets the hint right before we have to turn. That's all right. Just this feels good right here. Yeah. Just being able to lean, the arm is in the right, it's got all the right angles going on.
I will tell you from my, the one drawback that I have is the digital, or the Crown Vic dash and the gauge cluster there.
Yeah.
When you get up around 70 to 80, the needle's kind of hidden and you're not quite sure, you know, so you got to shift around a little bit to see it. But you know, that's for highway driving.
This is the worst thing I could have done. I should have just went and ran through a patch of barbed wire or briars instead of doing this, because I'm like, oh, this is true love, right? What's happening?
It's a good time.
Dare I say, it's as good, if not better, than my old faithful red and silver Chevrolet. Sorry, Chevrolet guys.
You know, that's a nice looking truck, though.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably give you, you know,
3,500, 2,800.
2,800 and sell you this for 18.5. Is that what we settled on?
That sounds like a sweetheart of a deal. I better get in there and have a weekend water and get this thing cemented. Yeah. Man, Chad, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. That was
absolutely
awesome.
I enjoyed it.
Yes.
After a great ride in the 78, it was time to pick Chad's brain about what he was going to do with Project Shorty, the 67 that I rescued months ago.
Tell me what are your plans with this one?
Well, I am really leaning towards doing a Crown Vic cradle on the front, and I sourced a hood, and while I sourced another hood for another truck, I was talking to the owner of that hood, and I was telling him about this 67, and I said, you know, we don't know if it's a 351 modified or a 400 that somebody has put in it, and I said, it's not running, and he said, Chad, he said, dude, I've got a 400 that runs sitting down at my brother's shop. He goes, I'd love to sell it to you. And I was like, man, I'm all ears. So he gave me a price, and I think I'm going to go with it. I just gotta get the cradle swapped out. There is a local guy that I met at the truck gathering, and he's done numerous cradle swaps on the front. He said, I do them all the time now, and he goes, they're kind of fun to do. And I was like, right on, I'll be in touch.
Heck yeah. See, you're the right man for this truck. I would have stood around and, well, I don't have the time or the energy. Believe it or not, having a YouTube channel takes up a lot of your time. So I don't have time to really get in or really the want, actually. I want to buy them like you bought that thing over there, where I can get in it, turn the key, and go. And if that makes me a poser, then so be it. I don't.
Hey, I'm right there with you, because I saw that truck and I thought the same thing. It's ready to go. It has that look, the stance, and I said, I want to drive that daily.
Yeah, but if you know the people that you can drop this off and know that it's being babysat pretty well, and whenever you come back, it's going to be a toddler, and then from there, it's going to be a young adult, and then it's going to be out on the road kicking people's ass.
Going to be ready to go.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, my biggest question though, and this is the hardest one to answer: will you keep the bean can?
I know that has traveled a few miles.
Yeah.
But that's a tough one.
If you're relocating the tank, like that one had to be done, God, I think it would be so badass if this was just glued in
there.
and just glued in there forever. As far as interior wise, are you going to go with the same setup with that, with the F250 seat?
I actually bought and I'm on the fence on this one, but I bought a King Ranch seat yesterday, and my thought was to put it in here because it's that distressed brown leather look. It would just fit the look of this truck.
That would look amazing in here. I mean, when you think about, and it's all of these trucks, it's not just this one, but all the time that it was spent in that thing, making this thing go down the road. I mean, how many times the guy got in and out of this seat and
to wear that seat cover off?
Yes, exactly. And he was, whatever day he was having, a good day, bad day, you know, he was going to meet the local secretary whenever he wasn't supposed to be, whatever was going on, and now that thing is, you know. So to me, part of me would be like, man, to get this recovered would be great, but it's so easy to do it out of it.
It's simple to do the King Ranch or the crew cab seat. They just fit. You know, there's a little fabrication required, but you know, most F100s didn't come with a bean can gas cap. So, I mean, that's what makes part of this truck, you know, unique.
Now, this truck did make me a liar because you texted me the other day and said, are the tires holding air? And
we're already down.
We're down on what? But look, that's nothing that we can't overcome with the jack, and we'll just air that baby up. But I'm telling you, I wasn't lying the other day whenever I texted you and said, you just added $6,000 of value to this thing by getting tires that are actually aired up on it. Because now it just doesn't look like a hobo.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's,
you know, it's got some great patina. You know, it has a few dings and dents, but you know, that just gives it character. I was able to source a new grill. I'll find a bumper, and you know, might have a shiny chrome bumper and shiny chrome grill to go with it.
That's going to set it off.
Bezels. Yeah,
that's going to set it off for sure. Okay, so we still need to get the brakes on the back of it unstuck, right?
Yeah, I thought I was going to beat the brakes off of that truck when I put the tires on it, the wheels.
Yeah.
And it beat the brakes off me. So they're on there.
I am needing to get my trailer back here in just a minute because I'm going to have to make the trip to Washington. I've tried to get people to, I don't get on your own dope and buy another project after you just sold a project, and that's exactly what I did. And this one's far away, so I've got to get myself in that truck with this trailer and drive a really long ways, and I'll be taking you on that adventure as well. So, all right, well.
That's awesome. I wish I was going with you,
because I know.
Road trips are part of the culture of sourcing any old vehicle and just having fun with it.
I need, man, I might just put a mannequin in the truck next to me just so I have somebody to talk to and maybe let them drive for a little while because it's going to be a long trip. And as a PSA to you guys, don't drink weekend waters and then get on Facebook Marketplace next to Canada. It's a bad idea, real bad idea.
I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Fueled Up. Don't miss the Bonafide Backyard Barbecue Bash on July 25th, 2026. Head on over to Bonafide Biker on Facebook.com. Let them know that you're coming. And with that, we're going to see you in the next one.